My name's Isabel. I'm a day one volunteer. I sustained a brain injury a few years ago in a cycling accident. I remember coming back from hospital and going up to the toilet was felt like climbing Mount Everest. So my fatigue can be mild or severe, and it can come on gradually or really quickly. Makes everything I usually struggle with since my accident, so balance, processing, memory much worse. And I become very wobbly and my speech is slurred. Yeah, I describe it as medical tiredness. They say it's tiredness that isn't um, resolved by sleep or rest. But sleep and rest are, for me, the real big things. Um, it can be really quick and resolved with a good meal or a snack or a nap and some rest. But equally, it can go on for days and there can be very little I can do about it apart from just completely stopping. Almost anything can make my fatigue worse. The big ones are stress, rushing. If I'm in a hurry to get somewhere, I'm really bad at getting ready for swimming and going out, but trying to plan ahead and get stuff ready the night before or as soon as I wake up. Um, Being ill. The first time I had a cold, I just did not understand why I couldn't really do anything and why it was knocking me for six. Um, but also the big one, I think we all come across this, is just doing too much and not saying no. I think it's really important to get to know your own fatigue. What are your triggers? What do you find takes a disproportionate amount of energy or time? So mine are hanging out the washing, peeling vegetables and chopping veg or phoning utilities companies. So what helps me is planning ahead, um, looking at my week and yeah, trying to manage things. So I had a really busy day yesterday, so I knew I couldn't go to my usual group this afternoon. It would just have to be a day at home. Um, yeah, I've got a rule of three. So I aim for just doing three things in a day with allowance of going up to four or five, but with the knowledge that numbers four and five can't be anything heavy or important, and that I can cancel at really short notice if needed. If I do five, then the next day has to be just one or two. Um, and accepting offers of help. We all want to and need to maintain our independence, and that's part of our recovery. But asking for help or accepting offers gives us more energy to manage the rest of the things in our day. I always try and have in my bag what I need. So for me, it's a bottle of water, a few snacks, my fold-up walking stick, and a book or some sewing, just things to distract and help me relax. If I do need to have an emergency coffee stop in a cafe, and always some emergency cash and change so that I can get a taxi home if needed. I try and make the most of those little windows of time when I can. So trying to prepare meals not too late in the evening, especially if it involves chopping an onion. When I'm in the supermarket, if I'm not having a good day, I'll ask the people behind or in front of me to, if they wouldn't mind, putting my items onto the conveyor belt when I am having a bad day, or if I calm down, stop and think about it, I accept, because accepting that bit of help might give me the energy to put my shopping away um, at the end when I'm back home. ask for help when you need it, because then you can save energy for things that you need or want to do. And doing an hour of something that gives you joy gives you energy, and it's a lot better used than an hour doing a chore that you can ask somebody to help you with.